Welcome to learn about time and work, and we are going to learn about one of the important question related to time and work that is given here. Now the question is, man A takes 5 days to do a job and man B takes 20 days to do the same job. Now how long will it take to do the same job if both men A and B are working together but independently? Now in the question we have given that there are two men A and B, and man A completes the job in 5 days. The job can be anything. And man B completes the job, same job, in 20 days. The job is same. The difference is they take different days to complete the job. Now the question further says us, now how long will it take to do the same job, to complete the same job if both men A and B are working together but independently? Now to solve these type of questions, we must remember two important rules about time and work that are given here. Now the rule first is, if man A finish a work in n days, then in 1 day A will do 1 by n work. So you can find out this 1 by n work by doing the reciprocal of these n days. So you see, you can find out these 1 by n work from these n days. So the rule first says that if we have given that man A finishes a work in n days, then you can find out the amount of work done by A in 1 day. Now the opposite of this rule is also true, and that is rule 2. So you see, the rule 2 is, if in 1 day A does 1 by n work, then it will finish the work, or A will finish the work in n days. So you can find these n days from 1 by n work. So by doing reciprocal of 1 by n work, you can find these n days. So the rule 2 says that if we have given the amount of work done by A in 1 day, then we can easily find out the number of days in which A will finish the work. Now we come to the question again. So the question asks us, how long will it take to do the same job if both men A and B are working together but independently? Now to get a better idea about this question, we represent this statement, that is, both men A and B are working together. So you see, this A plus B represents that both A and B are working together and independently. Now the question says that how long will it take to finish the job? So we write A plus B will finish the work in, but the days are not given to us. We have to find these days. So we write A plus B, or we can say A and B will finish the work in, and that is, we have to find these days. Now if you notice this statement is similar to the statement which we saw in rule 2. Now you notice this statement of rule 2. It will finish the work in n days. And this statement is also similar. A plus B will finish the work. You see, we have to finish the work. And here the work is finished. Finish the work in n days. But these n days are not given here. And we have to find these n days. So we have to find these n days. Now, as we have seen before, these n days can be found out from these 1 by n work. So to find the number of days in which A and B will finish the work, first we have to find the amount of work done by A and B in 1 day. You see, the rule 2 is, if we have to find the number of days in which A finishes the work, then first we have to find the amount of work done by A in 1 day. So if we want to find out the number of days in which A and B finishes the work, so for it we will have to find first the amount of work done by A and B in 1 day. So if we find out this statement, then after that we can easily find out this statement, and we can get n days by doing reciprocal of this 1 by n work. So first what we do is, we have to find the amount of work done by A and B in 1 day. So you see here, we write A and B's work in one day. The amount of work done by A and B in one day. You see, we write this statement. Now we go further. Now, the amount of work done by A and B in one day will be equal to the amount of work done by A in one day plus the amount of work done by B in one day. So we can also write this as given here. Now, we have to find out these two things. You see, the amount of work done by A in one day and amount of work done by B in one day. Now, in the question, we have given that man A finishes a job in 5 days. And the rule, if you see the rule 1, the rule 1 says that if we have given that man A finishes the work in n days, then in one day A will do 1 by n work. So from this first rule and from the question, we can say that, or we can find out the amount of work done by A in one day. So you see here, man A takes 5 days to do a job, or man A finishes the job in 5 days. So man A finishes the job in 5 days. Then in one day it will do 1 by 5 work. So here we write, in one day A will do 1 by 5 work. Now again in the question we have given that man B takes 20 days to do the same job, or we can say man B will complete the job, or man B will finish the job in 20 days. So here we can say, if man B finishes the job in 20 days, then in one day B will do 1 by 20 work. So in one day B's work will be 1 by 20. Now we have found out the work done by A and B in one day. You see, this is the work done by A in one day and this is work done by B in one day. We add these up, we add these both and we will get 1 by 4. And that is amount of work done by A and B in one day. So now we have found out the amount of work done by A and B in one day. That is 1 by 4. So again we go to rule 2. You see, in rule 2, if in one day A does 1 by n work, then it will finish the work in n days. Here you see, in one day A and B's work is 1 by 4. You see, here we can say, if in one day A and B does 1 by 4 work, then it will finish the work in doing reciprocal of it in 4 days. So we can say, if A and B's work in one day is 1 by 4, then A and B will finish the work in 4 days. And that's how we solve the question. I hope you have understood. Thanks for watching.